today I want to talk about the dangers of rejection and apathy. Dangers of rejection and apathy. Okay. So with the dangers of rejection and apathy. Okay. Rejection and apathy are parts of life. Okay. Rejection is a part of life. You're gonna get rejected in life. Okay. But what a lot of people don't understand about rejection is when you receive rejection, you have to be able to do something with it. Okay. Now the dangers of apathy, that's something totally different. I'm gonna deal with rejection first, then we'll get into apathy. Okay. So now the thing about rejection is that if used correctly, rejection can propel you. When used when used correctly, it can refine you. When used correctly, rejection can help you go in a particular direction, help you to do what you need to do. Okay. It can help you become a better person if used correctly. But if used incorrectly, then it can be a serious danger to you. Okay, like a really serious danger to you. Okay. Now I'm gonna explain what I mean by danger. Okay, and I'm gonna measure the danger with the same way that you would use a chemical to determine the toxicity of something. Okay. Now there are a lot of chemicals in life that are toxic. Right? There are a lot of chemicals in life that if you drink too much of it, you'll die. Okay? Bleach, anything, laundry detergent, all kind of stuff. If you had too much of it, you can die. Okay? And so now check this out. Okay? Even alcohol. Okay? If you drink too much alcohol, okay, you can overdose and you can die. Okay? Same with drugs and all that other type of thing. Okay, now here's the thing with rejection. Here's what people ain't seeing. Okay, if you receive enough rejection compiled on top of itself, even though rejection is not a chemical, it can cause you to get into a psychological state where you no longer see the value in your own life, and then thus you want to end your life. Okay, based on the rejection that you receive. Okay, so it has the same effect as a toxic chemical. That if you add too much of it in succession, it causes you to end your life. Same with rejection. Okay, that's why you have to do something with the rejection, or else if you pile up too much of it, it can put you in a place in your mind where you're ready to end it all, and that's when you know you've overdosed on rejection. Okay, that's when rejection is taking its toll to a point where, okay, you out of here. Okay, but people often look at the end and say, "Oh, what a terrible tragedy." You know, it's so awful. But there's so many people in between. There's so many people that's beyond the regulatory levels of rejection or the useful levels of rejection. They ain't quite dead yet, but they're somewhere out here where the rejection is taking too much of a toll for them to be functional like they're supposed to be. Okay? So now check this out. One thing to do with the rejection is to figure out why you're being rejected. Take it apart. Okay? Take it apart. It took me years after the fact, you know, because when I was younger, I used to get bullied. You know, when I was in elementary school and stuff like that. I fought back, but you know, that's another story. Okay, but I used to get bullied, and then I took this thing apart. Okay, when I was in elementary school, I was very small. Okay, you know, I was a slender kid. I was small, and you know, I like to be fast. That's what I like to focus on. So it's like when I began to take this thing apart. Okay, when I look at the people that reject me, they all have things in common oftentimes. It's oftentimes that when I look back at my life at different stages of my life, when I was growing up, I wasn't never bullied by fast people. I wasn't never bullied by athletic people. I was always bullied by people that had something apparently wrong with them. And then when I look through my life, the people that reject me in different ways, I look at their life and they have something about their life that I'm going the opposite direction. Something wrong with their life where I'm thinking, I don't want to go the direction you're going. So check this out. Their rejection of me propelled me on the path that I know I need to be on. Okay? It propelled me on the path that I know that I need to be on. You know, say somebody decide to reject me, but I look at what they're doing with their life and that's not the direction I want to go. Well, then their rejection of me is a propellant for me to stay on the path that I need to be on and continue to do what I need to be doing. So I can use that rejection, right, to point out what I shouldn't be. And then the rejection helps solidify that and help me to be what I need to be. Okay? And so vice versa, when I look at my life, okay, most of the people that I wanted my life to be like, or I wanted something in their life, or I wanted something in my life to be simple, most of those type of people, they don't reject me. They receive me. They talk to me. They relate to me. You know, or they're too busy or what have you, but they don't antagonize me. And so when you look at the people that reject you, okay, or it could be vice versa. It could be something wrong with you. The reason why certain type of people reject you, it could be a trait that you have that you got to look at, that you got to correct, and it help you to get better. That's also a situation, okay. But when you take apart the rejection and you see what's behind it, and you don't let it affect you, just like Matthew 10:14, Jesus told the disciples when they were going out, okay, if they don't receive you, get the dust off your feet. Okay, when you take it apart, you don't take it personal. You don't let it stick to you. Okay, sometimes it ain't personal. Sometimes it's principles that's behind you and behind them, and it causes things to not align. And so you let it be, and you let that propel you to the next step. Because there's some people that I want them to reject me. There's some people that if they receive me, I have a problem with that. Okay. It's some people that you say they doing evil and doing wickedness and all of that, and they want to be my buddy. Maybe something wrong with how I'm presenting myself. They shouldn't be receiving. Okay, so now with that rejection, use what you can, and then what you can't use, don't take it personal and get the dust off your feet, so it doesn't collect. So that toxicity doesn't put your mind in a state where you feel like it's time for me to end it all. Okay, that's what you got to do with rejection. Now, on the other hand, apathy, now that's a whole nother animal. Okay, that's a whole nother animal, and I can get to that in another part of this message. I'm gonna end this right here, and then I'm gonna get into the apathy part in the next message. Don't take care.